A beautiful afternoon to you and welcome to Sapientia News at noon. I am Oluchi Ojobamdele. On the news, Governor Soludo has shared a message of strong hope and belief in Nigeria's future, saying he is confident the country can overcome its challenges. He spoke during the platform event in Lagos, describing himself as a firm believer in Nigeria and an unshakable optimist, reminding Nigerians that while the country has problems, it has also made progress, as the cup is half full. Governor Soludo admitted that there are tough challenges ahead, but urged Nigerians to focus on the progress already made. He said President Ballon's bold economic reforms are helping to place the country's economy on the right track and urged the president and his team to continue with these changes. Using Anambra State as an example, he said it is now the safest state in Nigeria because of efforts to stop insecurity at the root, calling for a similar approach across the country. The Governor Soludo further warned that the culture of giving out free things without responsibility is helping to grow crime, stressing that corruption must be removed and a citizen's code of conduct should be created to make sure everyone, especially young people, takes responsibility for their actions and is not misled by fake promises of quick wealth. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has impounded over 2 tons of cannabis sativa in Cross River State. The operatives, during a coordinated raid, swooped in a warehouse hidden with Uberakai, a decently forested community in Akampa local government area of Cross River State. According to the agency's commander, Cross River State Command, Mrs. Rachel Umebuale, the operation was undertaken in collaboration with the State Security Advisor, Major General Okoye Bono, retired. Umebuale said that the raid, which occurred before daybreak on Thursday, was sequel to a tip-off leading to the seizure of the cannabis worth millions of naira. She also said that the commander arrested 3 suspects found within the facility, pointing to the large bales of dried leaves displayed as evidence. The commander warned traffickers that the agency would not relent in its fight against illegal drug activities, even in the most remote areas. She added that investigations are ongoing and the suspects will soon be charged to court. The African Democratic Congress ADC has opposed the Anambra State government's recent imposition of a 50 million naira fee for campaign advertisements related to the upcoming governorship elections set for November 8, 2025. The party chairman, Comrade Patrick Obiayo, speaking at a press briefing held on Thursday in Awka, described the fee as unprecedented in Nigeria and criticized it as an attempt to intimidate opposition parties. He voiced outrage over the requirements, which covers a wide range of campaign materials, including posters, T-shirts, flyers, and vehicles. He pointed out that Governor Soludo, the incumbent and candidate for the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, had successfully contested the governorship in 2021 without facing such exorbitant fees. The party chairman accused the state government of undemocratic practices, asserting that the ADC would not comply with the fee requirements. He, however, announced the party's intention to pursue legal action to challenge the government's decision, emphasizing that they will fight against what he termed a tyrannical approach to governance. A professor of computing at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Ondo State, Olumide Adewale, has urged students and tech enthusiasts to gear up for the emergence of the 6G network, projected to emerge by the end of 2030. Professor Adewale made a call during a lecture held by the School of Computing, McPherson University, Alapako, Ogun State. Delivering the lecture titled Innovating the Digital Future, Trends in Computing Technology, he said the 6G network is expected to be 100 times faster and better than the 5G network. According to him, the advent of 6G will further facilitate the evolution of the metaverse, bringing us closer to the realization of real-time, customized 3D environments. He urged the students to cultivate a culture of adaptability and collaboration in navigating the digital landscape. In his remarks, the acting dean of the computing department, Dr. Emmanuel Ibam, said the university organized a lecture to immerse the students in the nitty-gritty of their profession in preparation for real-world experience. The Cybercrime Center of the Nigerian Police Force in Bayelsa State has been completed and set for inauguration in July this year, according to the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on ICT Development and Digital Innovation. The Commissioner of Police National Cybercrime Center, Abuja Oche Ifeanyi, paid an inspection visit to the center ahead of the inauguration. The facility is expected to serve the cybercrime and digital forensic needs of Bayelsa, Rivers, Delta, Edo, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River States. In a statement by the Special Assistant to the President on ICT Development and Digital Innovation, Tokoni Peter Igoyi, said the center is a result of strategic collaboration between government and private sector players. The Commissioner of Police, Bayelsa State Command Francis Idu, led Ifeanyi on a tour to the state's CCTV surveillance infrastructure, showing real-time digital inclusion efforts through digital surveillance systems deployed across critical areas of Bayelsa State. He said his office remained committed to deploying innovative law-compliant systems to enhance cybercrime detection and prosecution and provide digital forensics training and equipment to law enforcement and fintech infrastructure through regulatory intelligence. Igoyi assured that his office will also help to reduce road extortion via AI-powered checkpoints, enable youth entrepreneurship through EasyBiz CAC registration on NYSC portals, and secure financial transactions via POS device registration compliance. A former governor of Ekiti State, Ex-Gov Fayemi, on Thursday said the country successfully got civilian rule in 1999, but it has yet to get real democracy. He said that while the country got to the right to re-establish the citizens' right to vote for their leaders, efforts must now be made to achieve full democracy. Fayemi, who said this during a Channels Television special June 12 event, tagged Nigerians' democratic journey an intergenerational conversation on building a better nation, noted that the efforts the previous president and now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has put into it, we all must build on that. The former minister said he and other pro-democracy activists operated Radio Kudirat during the struggle for democracy to propagate their activities and other democracy campaigns under the regime of former military dictator, the late Sani Abacha, disclosing that he and his colleagues who ran the Radio Kudirat were lucky not to be killed by the military government at the time. Fayemi, however, hailed President Tinubu for recognizing some of the actors in the democracy struggle on Thursday with national awards, but urged that more people, including the Radio Kudirat operators, should also be recognized. The National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency has shut down 25 facilities across 4 states for violating environmental laws. In a statement released on Thursday by the agency's Assistant Director of Press, Nwamaka Ejiofor, the affected facilities span various sectors in Anambra, Enugu, Bayelsa, and Rivers States. She said they were shut for various environmental crimes, including refusal to conduct environmental impact assessments before the commencement of the project, environmental audits, lack of an functional effluent treatment plant, among others. Meanwhile, the Director General of the agency, Professor Innocent Bariko, has urged operators to adhere to the provisions of environmental laws in their operations. He said the agency would continue to carry out such enforcement exercises to safeguard the environment and serve as a deterrent to facility operators. Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia has accused some religious leaders of fueling the crisis in the state, describing them as religious bandits. Addressing the youth under the aegis of the pro-Tinubu and Alia support groups who converged on the entrance of Government House, Makurdi, the state capital, on Thursday, Governor Alia accused some leaders of fanning the embers of discord, thereby preventing peace from returning to the state. He regretted that some religious leaders had been using the altars to fuel the crisis through their statements and urged them to stop. The governor promised to ensure peace returned to the state, especially the 6 local government areas facing insecurity. Leaders of Tinubu Alia support groups drawn from student union, organized labor, widows, Okada riders, and leadership of the All Progressives Congress in the state applauded President Tinubu for his support to the state and promised to ensure his re-election in 2027. On the foreign scene, Tunisian Defense Minister Khalid Sehili has sought for deeper cooperation with Italy in military training, joint drills, medical support, hydrography, and development efforts. During a meeting with visiting Chief of Staff of the Italian Army, Carmen Noacelo, in Tunis, Sehili emphasized the deep-rooted and growing friendship between Tunisia and Italy, highlighting their shared vision for regional peace and a mutual commitment to addressing common challenges. While commending Italy for its support for development projects in Tunisia's desert regions, Sehili underlined the importance of implementing bilateral operation programs. On his part, Marcelo praised the high-level military cooperation between the two countries and affirmed Italy's commitment to further advancing its cooperation. He emphasized that continued cooperation would enhance the operational effectiveness of both countries' armed forces and serve the mutual interests of the Tunisian and Italian people. A U.S. senator from California was forcibly removed from a news conference being held by Donald Trump's Homeland Security chief on Thursday in the latest escalation of tensions over controversial immigration arrests. Senator Alex Padilla was pushed and shoved from the room at a federal building in Los Angeles as he tried to ask Kristi Noem, the state's Secretary of State, about operations that have rocked America's second-largest city. Footage filmed by Padilla's staff outside the room showed the senator being pushed to the ground by security agents wearing bulletproof vests with FBI logos, who then handcuffed him. The Department of Homeland Security claimed, despite video evidence, that Padilla had lunged at Noem. Explaining what happened, Assistant Secretary Tricia McCollin wrote on social media that Senator Padilla chose disrespectful political theater and interrupted the live press conference without identifying himself or having his Senate security pin on as he lunged towards Secretary Noem. She added that the Secret Service thought he was an attacker and acted appropriately, noting that Noem and Padilla met for 15 minutes after the news conference. California Governor Gavin Newsom on his social media handle called the incident outrageous, dictatorial, and shameful, adding that Trump and his shock troops are out of control and this must end now. On sports, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria has strengthened its new executive board following the successful completion of the Southeast and Northwest zonal elections in Abuja. The election, which took place at the Media Center of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, was overseen by the Director General of the National Sports Commission, Bukola Olopade, a silver medalist at the 2003 All-African Games in Abuja, Victor Okorie, who was seeking re-election into the board, had served as AFN Performance Director between 2021 and 2023. He, however, secured the Southeast ticket with a unanimous 4-0 vote over another former athlete, Innocent Iheme. While Adanzumi of Zamfara State claims the Northwest position with a convincing 5-1 victory over Sunday NDLEA of Kaduna State. Speaking after the elections, Olopade commended the process for its transparency and credibility. He, however, called for unity and collaboration within the athletics community. Still on sports, France Football, the organizers of the prestigious individual award, Ballon d'Or, has announced the date for unveiling the nominees for the 2025 edition of the award. The body made the announcement via their official X account, stating that the list of nominees will be unveiled on August 7th. The list is usually made up of 30 players, which will be cut down to select the winner on September 22nd. Last year, Rodri, the Manchester City star, was handed the award ahead of Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. However, the Spain international might not be among the top 30 football stars this year as a result of a long-term injury that has kept him out of football for almost a season. Players from PSG and Barcelona are likely to dominate the list of Ballon d'Or nominees this year after both teams proved themselves as some of Europe's best. And to end our news, here are the major news headlines. Governor Soludo has shared a message of strong hope and belief in Nigerians' future, saying he is confident the country can overcome its challenges. A U.S. senator from California was forcibly removed from a news conference being held by Donald Trump's Homeland Security chief on Thursday in the latest escalation of tensions over controversial immigration arrest. And France Football, the organizer of the prestigious individual award, the Ballon d'Or, have announced a date for unveiling the nominees for the 2025 edition of the award to be August 7th this year. On behalf of the technical and editorial crew, I am Oluchi Ojobamdele. Thank you for being here with us on TV Sapientia. Bye for now.